Hi guys, it's Hazel here at The Right Copy Girl, and today I'm doing a bit of a masterclass for you on a wonderful, fabulous little application that I use called CoSchedule. Now, you've probably used scheduling tools and things before, Hootsuite, Buffer, things like that. This one's really quite different and absolutely just the most useful thing that I use in my business, so I wanted to take a bit of time to explain it to you. The reason it's different is because it's not just a social media scheduling tool, it's actually a blog scheduling tool. So it does include social media scheduling, but it also lets you schedule your blog posts as well. And I don't know about you, but I used to get really sick and tired of spending so much time faffing about in the back end of our website, sort of on the dashboard like this. And previously it was always create a new post, and then you had to put the date in, you had to put the time in, you have to faff about with that, and then if you actually wanted to change it and move it to a different day, you had to go back in and go to all your posts and search through them all and find the right one and then change the date, and oh god, it was just really irritating and not even remotely kind of helpful really, but that was just the only way I knew how to do it. So a while ago, I can't remember when it was exactly, early this year, I think it's 2016 at the moment, so earlier this year I came across CoSchedule, and I did a free trial and just fell in love with it immediately, because it just makes my life so much easier. I can't even tell you how much time it saves me. So I'm just going to run through it with you today and show you exactly what it is and why you should use it. So if you're a blogger, if you are blogging once a week or more, and you are seriously trying to use your blog as a platform for your business, and if you're serious about content marketing and you're trying to build a presence on social media, this is the tool that you need to be using, okay? Because this does pretty much everything you need in one place. So rather than faffing about in the back end of your website, setting up your blog posts, going on to Facebook, setting up posts on Facebook, going onto Twitter, setting up posts on Twitter, etc, 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 you just do it all in one place. And better than that, you don't just have to do it all in one place, that you can actually set up templates and really good, phenomenally time-saving sort of actions that you can just put in place. That they take a little while to set up, but once you've got them set up, oh my god, they're amazing. They just save so much time. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So this is the CoSchedule calendar. Now I will include at the end of this video the overview video that CoSchedule themselves have done, so you can watch that at the end. So I won't bother with the nitty-gritty of that bit at the moment. I'll let them explain that at the end. But basically there are two ways of setting this up on your website. You can either go into your dashboard and go down to plugins and add a new plugin. If it's actually going to wake up, there we are. And you can just type in CoSchedule and it'll come up here. Now obviously I've already installed it on my computer, so on my website rather, and obviously I don't need to do it again, but you just that would say install now, like that. You click that and then it would say activate like that, and you click that, and then it would take you to the CoSchedule website to set up your account with them if you don't already have one. It's a bit of a faff doing it that way though. The easier way to do it is just to go to the CoSchedule website, which is www.coschedule.com, and sign up for an account with them there, and then they will just do it for you. Basically, when you sign up for your account, you put in your website URL, your login details, and they hook it all up for you, and you end up with a calendar that looks like this. So that when you log in on CoSchedule, this is what you see. So this is my calendar for the Right Copy Girl. You can see obviously it says the Right Copy Girl at the top there. It runs Monday to Sunday, but you can change that setting, so you can have it running. You can have your calendar week start on whatever date you want. So say if you, I don't know, say if your business works entirely around your newsletter and the day your newsletter goes out, and to you the start of the week is the day your newsletter goes out, or the end of the week is the day your newsletter goes out and your week starts the day after. You can set it to whatever day is relevant to you. I mean, I have it set to a Monday because I don't really have a particular date which I consider to be the start of the week or the end of the week, because I work every day. But, yeah, so you can set it to whatever day you like, and you can colour code it, and you can do a few other things with that, so that's quite fun. And as you can see, you've just got the days along the top, and then I've got mine set for 4 weeks. So it shows me 4 weeks on a page. You can change that so that it's, I think you can have up to 6 weeks to view on a page, or fewer than, obviously you can have fewer than 4 if you want. But then at the top here, you can just navigate your way backwards and forwards as you like. So that is the 4-week block before my current 4-week block. And you can tell when posts have gone out and when days have passed, because they fade like this. So I'll show you on this one. Where's today? Okay, so you can tell this is today because it's kind of got this sort of greyish blue sort of overlay on it. So you know that that is today, and you can tell that this post hasn't gone out yet because it's still kind of bright white. Do you see that? And bright blue. Whereas posts that have gone out, so that went out on Thursday, that's kind of dulled and faded. So that's how you tell whether they've gone out or not. So today, all of these posts are going out today for me, and so far these ones have gone out, so these ones are dulled and faded, and these ones haven't gone out yet because they're scheduled for later, so they're still bright. Okay, so that's just kind of telling at a glance what's gone out and what hasn't. So you can see I have quite a lot going on here at the moment, but that's good. That's what you want it to look like. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through of how you actually use this to schedule a blog post. So say I wanted to add a new blog post to, I'm looking for an empty day, okay, Monday next week. So I don't have a blog post scheduled for Monday yet, so I want to add one. So I'm going to click that little pencil in the corner, and it brings up the creation box, which you can see just by looking at this how many different options you've got for what you can actually use this thing for. It's brilliant. So right, I can click on this, which will give me a blog post, and you can see the WordPress symbol there. This hooks directly into your website. So when I click that button, it opens a dialog box with a title option, so I can put my title in here. So I have no idea why I thought of that then, I've just been eating spinach. But anyway, so yeah, whatever your title is, you pop your title in there, you click continue, and that then will create the post with that title in your website for you. So you're not faffing around on the dashboard, you're not screwing around trying to do various different things and then scrolling down on the actual post to do things. So once you've got that set up, there are quite a few different things that you can then do before you actually go in and write the post. So the first thing I want to show you is this here. This is so useful. It's basically a ranking system for your titles and how well they are going to work, you know, how good they are. So it checks for things like readability and SEO and unusual you know, sort of elements, power words, emotional words, and you can see the summary of this here. It actually gives you a breakdown of it. So you can see from that I've got a 75% score on mine. It's done out of 100, so that's essentially percent. You can call it 75 out of 100 if you want, but it's basically percent. And the colour will change depending on how good the title you've put in is. So if I had literally just put in spinach and nothing else, you see it gives it gives it a rank of 0 and the colour is red. So even if you're not actually looking at what the number is, you can tell just by the colour how good your title is. Okay, so let's try. So basically, if you get anything that's red, you want to change your title because your title's crap. Sorry, but it is. And this happens more often than you might think, because sometimes you have a title that you think is really good, but it'll be far too long, or really, really wordy, or it'll have too many words in it that are very common, you know, sort of filler words like is, the, and, but, and it won't have enough big words in it, like big emotional words, big power words. Those are the sort of things that you want in your title. So this is why this little graph thing here is really, really handy, because you can see it actually tells you the percentage of your title that has the different kinds of words in. So it's saying that this one, spinach is awesome, you know, 33% of the words are common. Now obviously there are only 3 words in this title, so this makes this really easy to see. Okay, so if you look on the title, when you hover over common, it highlights the common words with the same colour that you see next to common. Okay, so just bear with me a minute. I know this sounds a bit complicated, but this is really, honestly, this is the most useful thing in the world. So if you hover over common, the circle next to common is orange. So every word in your title that is common is highlighted in orange. Okay? Now you want to keep your common words to a third or less of your title. So a third or less of your title should contain common words, if that makes sense. That you shouldn't be trying to avoid them. It's not that they're bad, it's just that a particular proportion of them, it makes the title unbalanced. And then you have here, you can see there are uncommon words. So in this case it's highlighting awesome, there's an uncommon word. I don't know why, because I use awesome like every other word. So I'm not quite sure how they make these decisions sometimes, but yeah, I presume just because it's an unusual word, rather than, you know, is, and, but, the, from, etc. And then these two down here, these two are the ones that you really, really want to pack in as much as you possibly can, because these are the ones that will make your title really good, really effective. And you can see if I hover over power, this is telling you which your power words are, and you'll see awesome is again highlighted. So sometimes one word can be more than one of the things. Okay, so awesome is both an uncommon word and a power word. But because power words are more important than uncommon words, you can see that the 33% for awesome is on the power words, and it doesn't get anything for the uncommon words. Okay, so yeah, so what you want is a nice mix here between these, and if you want to see a more detailed kind of breakdown of this and get some help sort of fixing it, if you click on full analysis, it takes you to the website where you can actually see a bigger breakdown of it. Okay. Now this is actually available even if you don't have a CoSchedule account. So if you go to coschedule.com/headline analyzer, it will let you use this particular feature just for free. Okay, so this is a really, really useful thing to use if you're blogging, to help you get your posts right. I'm not going to go into all of this now because it's actually quite complicated. I will do another tutorial on it at some point and go through it all properly with you. But just for now, just so you're aware, this is one of the awesome features of CoSchedule. is the title analyzer. Okay, so let's put that back to whatever it was before. Yeah, see, so it's now on green, it's on 79, and I get an A+, and you can see there's a lovely nice mix here of all of these words have a bit in, and it's all good. Okay, so there's a few other things that you can do while you're in this top bit here. So think of the top bit as the settings that you would normally see down the right hand side of your dashboard. So this is a blog post in my dashboard, and you have all of this stuff going on down the right hand side, which can get a bit irritating to fill in. So when you create your post, you can actually just get it all out of the way straight away. So you can select who the author of the post is. So we're going to select me. You can set the date. The easiest way to set the date is to click on the date you want in the calendar, and it will create it on that date for you. But if you're not near the date on the calendar that you want, rather than scrolling all the way through at the top to find the date, you can just click on any cell, create a new post, and then change the date here. So this is set for Monday at the moment because that's the cell I picked earlier. But say if I wanted to change that and say nope, I don't want it on a Monday anymore, I want it on Wednesday, I literally just click Wednesday and that's it, it's changed. So yeah, no faffing about, no going and finding it in WordPress and doing anything with it. And the same goes for the time. Now, when you create a blog post, it automatically sets the time of publication at the time you created the post. So when I first opened this post and created it, it was 18 minutes past 4. So at the moment, it's set to publish this post on Wednesday at 18 minutes past 4. Now, I don't want it to publish on that particular time because I don't publish my blog posts at that time. I always publish my blog posts at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if I just type in 900 and then AM and click off that, you can see it's changed to 9 AM, or you can go on the clock button and just scroll through like that and do it. See, easy peasy. And then here you've got categories. So I'm not even going to go into categories, but I'm sure you know what categories are. You'll have them set up in the back end of your WordPress to categorize all your different blog posts. So as you can see, I've got quite a few here, depending on what sort of blog post it is, and it will automatically set it to uncategorized, and you don't want that. What you want is to make sure that you have at least one category checked for each post that you have. Okay, I'll go into how to set up categories on a different day because that's a whole other subject. But yeah, okay, so let's say I want this post to be about copywriting. I just click copywriting and then unclick uncategorized, okay? And that's it, done. Now the only other thing that I'm going to do up here at the moment is change this, which is you can set a colour for the post. So I'm just going to set that to pink, okay? And you can see there's a pink bar at the top there. Now if I click the tick button, if I click that and we go on to here and wait a second, just give it, where is it gone? There it is, it's on the wrong week. So this is the post that I've just created, okay? You can see it's pink at the top. Now it's not just for the sake of having pretty colours that we can colour code them. It's actually really, really useful. You'll see if you look at this, I've got all different kinds of colours on here. I've got purple, I've got green, I've got blue, I've got this kind of turquoisey colour, I've got pink, and you know, you can have orange, yellow. I think there are 8 different colours that you can have, and this is really, really useful because it lets you see at a glance not only what kind of post your blog post is, but we'll get more into this in a minute. If you look at these little boxes here, these are actually social media messages. You can see on the left hand side the logo for each of the social media messages. So look, that's LinkedIn, That's a group that I run on Facebook. That's Twitter, that's my Facebook page. We've got more Twitter, Google Plus, and Pinterest down here, okay? So these are all social media messages that are going out. All these little thin boxes are each individually one social media message going out to whatever platform it's going out to. And you can see that they all have colour codes on them as well. So if I click on one of them, let's click that one, you will see that it's the same colour there, and it's because all of the posts, all of the social media posts that you create, I'm going to explain how to do this in a minute, but all the social media posts that you create for a blog post happen down here in this bit. So these are all the social media posts that I've got scheduled for this blog post, and where they appear on the calendar, they will all appear in this turquoise colour, okay? And you can see that they're all different colours. So these ones are purple, these ones are blue, and that's because the colours mean different things. So if you only have one kind of blog post, if you only post once a week or once a fortnight or once a month, the colour coding is useful for social media, but not so much for your blogs. If, on the other hand, you blog often, and you have different kinds of blog posts, then it's really handy to colour code them. So I'll give you an example. So this is my Tuesday post. I have 3 regular posts a week. So one's on a Tuesday, which is turquoise. One is on a Thursday, which is green. And then I have one on a Sunday, which is blue. Okay? So I can really easily see at a glance, just from the colour, whether these messages on social media that are going out on various days are to promote my Tuesday, my main feature posts on a Tuesday, or my the monthly slot posts that I have on a Thursday, or whether they're for my book reviews, which I do on a Sunday. Okay, so they're quite different kinds of posts, and you want to promote them differently because people have higher and lower levels of interest in different kinds of posts, and different kinds of posts have different shelf lives. So you have what's known as evergreen content, which are your main posts, your big posts, the ones that are really popular, that everybody absolutely loves and raves about, and they get shared loads, and it doesn't matter how old they get, they're still consistently popular and you still get a lot of traffic to them. That's your evergreen content. And evergreen content, you need to keep sharing it. So you don't just share it the day it's posted or the week it's posted even, you keep sharing it consistently. And so when you're setting up your social media messages to go with that particular post, you need to bear that in mind. You need to think, is this going to be an evergreen post? And if it is, you know, I need to set up my social media schedule bearing that in mind. If, on the other hand, it's something like a book review, now people love book reviews, but if you do a book review every week like I do a book of the week on a Sunday, people expect the book review to come out each week. They read the book review and that's it, they forget about it. They're never going to go back and read that post again. They don't need to. They're either going to buy the book and read the book, or they're going to think, nope, it's not for me, and just completely forget about it. So that's not the kind of post that's going to be an evergreen post. And it's also not the kind of post that you really want to be sharing too frequently after your week. So it's a book of the week. It kind of gives it away because it's in the name. You share it for that week because it's your feature book for the week, and then after that you might share it a couple more times a few months apart just to give people who didn't see it the first time a chance to look at it, but you're not really going to share it a lot. So this is actually incredibly useful, the fact that you can just colour code these, and it's so simple. And a lot of people, I think, that use CoSchedule don't really utilise this because they think, oh, it's just for making it look pretty. It's not. I mean, it does make it look nice, but it's not for making it look nice. It's so that you can really easily see where things are missing. I'll explain that a little bit more in a minute, but Right, so that's the colour coding, and that's essentially the setup part of your blog. Okay, so if I go back on my silly little spinach blog that we were setting up before, you've now got everything in place to create that, and all you do is you hit edit in WordPress. And of course I have no internet connection, so that's not worked. The choice. Right, we'll try that again. So you click edit in WordPress and it will take you straight to your dashboard on your website, or at least it will if it ever catches up. There we are. And already all of that is all set up for you. So all you need to do now is, obviously, you need to enter your content in here, so content blah, and format it and everything just as you would normally. But everything else was already set up for you, with the exception of 3 things. One is your SEO. So if you have Yoast SEO, which I recommend to all my clients and all my bloggers and everybody that I teach, because it really is awesome. You can see that there is Yoast, SEO Yoast. You just install it as a plugin. It's really easy. I'll do another video on that at some point. So if you have that or anything similar to it that helps you with your SEO, you can't edit that in CoSchedule, so you have to fill that in as normal. Then at the moment, CoSchedule doesn't give you any way of adding tags in the dashboard, so you need to add tags as you will normally, and it doesn't yet have a feature to let you add a feature image. Now I am actually quite hopeful that they will develop this at some point, because since I've started using it, which is less than a year ago I think, they've added an awful lot of new features, so I have a feeling that these are coming at some point down the line. They've just not quite got to them yet. But for now you need to do them yourself. Now what you can see here is, because I'm now in the back end of my site and I'm on my post, you will see that the CoSchedule app is actually on the post as well. Okay, so this is handy, because if you happen to be editing something in WordPress anyway and you want to add more social media messages to it, I'm getting to those in a minute, I promise, you can do it here. You don't actually have to go to the CoSchedule website to do it. You can do it from your dashboard. So if you actually prefer working in your dashboard when you're doing the setup of your blog post, you can still use CoSchedule from your dashboard, okay? And if you create a post in your dashboard, it will automatically appear on your CoSchedule calendar, okay? So if you like doing your blog posts in your dashboard, but you want something that'll handle your social media and also gives you really an easy way of kind of moving things around and changing things. So for example, I might decide, no, don't want that on Wednesday anymore, I want it on Friday. You just click and drag and it's changed it. And this is what makes it so versatile, because you can do that with anything, any message, anything. So I have a set schedule for when my social media messages go out, but if I decided for whatever reason that I don't want this particular tweet to go out on that particular day, I can change it and drag it over here, and there, it's that on that day instead. Okay, so you can do it. You can use it in both. You can use it in the dashboard on your actual posts, or you can use it on the CoSchedule website as a calendar. I really prefer the calendar, but again, if you go on your dashboard, you can actually view the calendar from your dashboard. Okay. It's giving it a sec. Sorry, my internet is really slow today for some reason. So everything that I've just been showing you, you can do from your dashboard if you want to. You don't have to go to the CoSchedule website. You can do it all from the dashboard. I do prefer using the website. I don't know what this is doing now. Right. Anyway, so yeah, that's how you do that. And once you've got your blog post written and scheduled and you know, you've got it all exactly as you want it. There's one other thing that you can do here, and that is rather than scheduling your post in this area and hitting, it says update there because this is already scheduled, rather than hitting schedule, if you just want to schedule something in as soon as you've written it, you can change it here. Okay. So there are 3 different statuses that you can give posts. One is draft, which works exactly like draft does in WordPress. One is scheduled, which works exactly like anything does in WordPress, and the other one is pending review. Now this is really, really useful if you have a team working with you, all of whom use CoSchedule. So if you're not the only person that works on your blog, say if you have writers and editors and then an editor-in-chief, and all 3 of those people have to sign off on a post before it gets scheduled properly. So you have the writer write it, you have the editor edit it, and then the editor-in-chief gives it a final check. If you mark something as pending review, then once you write it in draft, once it's finished, you would mark it as pending review, and the next person up the pecking order, so to speak, would then know it was ready for them to review because it's marked like that, and they would then mark it as scheduled when they were happy with it, and anyone else that needed to check it would then know that anything that was scheduled just needed their final approval. Okay, and if you've already got things scheduled or even published, so let's look at this post. This post is from Tuesday. This is published now, okay, because it's already gone out. So that gives you a 4th option. But you'll see, obviously, scheduled is now gone because you can't schedule it anymore. It's already been published. But what you can do is change it to either a draft or pending review. And if you do that, it will change it on your website. So if you notice that there's a mistake on something and you want to take it off, you can just switch it to draft and it will essentially unpublish it until you've had time to look at it and check it. So that's really helpful too. Now, the final thing that I want to show you is one of the really wonderful features of this. Oh, wait a second, I will do it on one that's not got them there already. And that's your social media scheduling. And I've been banging on about this the whole time, and I kept saying I'd show you how to do it, so now I'm going to. If you look down here, this is like a bit of a barometer for you, okay? So they really like the traffic light system on CoSchedule, and it's very useful. So this area is red, this area is orange, and this area is green. And at the moment, I don't have any social media messages scheduled for this post, which is bad. It's very bad. So it's pointing to red. It's like right down at the bottom here. Can you see that? I don't know how well you can see that, but the arrow is like right there at the bottom because it's so bad. It's like it's not even in the red zone. It's below the red zone. It's just shit. So if we add in that we want to publish a social media post about this blog on the same day that it's published, so you'll see, if you see these little plus signs, these are common days that people like to publish social media messages about blog posts. So you'll see that you have the same day that you publish, the day after you publish, a week after you publish, a month after you publish, and at the bottom you can just choose a custom date. So if you add in all of these and you still want to add in more, you can hit that and put them on whatever date you want. Okay, so let's add one in for the day we're publishing. So that's my Facebook page, and let's see, we'll do Google Plus, LinkedIn and Twitter as well. Okay, so that's 4 messages, and just for the moment I'm not going to add anything extra to here, but you can add text on here as well. So it defaults to including the title and a link to the post, and then it gives you the preview down here. So you can see on the preview exactly how it'll look when it appears on your social media. And if you click on these buttons here, it'll show you how it appears on different platforms. So that's how it looks on Facebook. That's how it'll look on Twitter, and in LinkedIn and Google+. And you can also change the type of message that you send out. So it automatically goes to a link post. And the link post just gives you the title and the link. And if it's to Facebook or I think LinkedIn as well, anything that always has an image on it, basically it will just pull the feature image that you set on your post. So that would have the feature image on it. But you can also set it to be an image post, which will again default to your feature image, but you can change it to any image you want. So if you don't have a feature image set, which you should have, but if you don't, you can do it as an image post. Click on the little camera and then you can just pick whatever image you want. So we'll just pick that one at random. And then that is the image that it will then use for all your social media messages. Okay, so that's really useful. And you can also just have text ones as well, which literally just have whatever text you put in this box. But the great thing about this is, say you were sending out a tweet. Obviously Twitter has a set number of characters, and it always includes for you a count of how many characters you have left. So with the title and the permalink in there, I only have 82 characters left. So if I start posting something about spinach, I don't know why I'm talking about spinach today, you can see the count goes down. So everything you type, the count there goes down until you run out, and it goes into the minuses, and it comes up with a little warning message telling you that you're over your character limit. So that's really useful because it's a very, very quick way of seeing whether or not your message is going to get sent out in its entirety or whether it's going to get curtailed. And you can then make sure that all your tweets are within the limits of the platform. And it's not actually just Twitter that puts a limit on the characters, so it's worth checking other sites as well, because if you're posting to Pinterest, I haven't done that yet because it's a bit more complicated, but if you're posting to Pinterest, they do actually have a character limit on your descriptions, which at the moment on CoSchedule you don't have a counter for that, because it's quite a big limit and most people don't hit it, but it's worth knowing it just in case. Okay, so if we hit add messages, you can see it's added those in there, so I now have some messages in my queue, and this has actually moved up. Look, you can see it better now because it's over the red and it's not all the way down here. Because I've got 4 messages scheduled, it's slightly happier. But you can see this is still bad, it's still in the red zone, because 4 messages for a blog post is just nowhere near enough. What you can actually do is then just go through and add as many as you like on whatever days you want, and you can go on and on indefinitely if you really want, because you can choose custom dates. So if I click on this custom date one, it opens there. You then go on the calendar button. You can go as far in the future as you want with this. You could literally sit here, for as long as you liked, and schedule in social media messages to go out about this blog post for the next 10, 15, 20. I haven't actually checked it. It goes on indefinitely though. You can do it forever if you really wanted to. But it is quite time consuming, this bit, but it is so worth it. But the thing about this is, what makes this so utterly awesome is you can make templates. So if you see this template section here, you can see if you look at this that I've got various templates set up for social message queues essentially. So what you can do is you can click on create a template. It brings you up the same sort of options here, and you use it in exactly the same way that I've just shown you. You can give it a name so that you know what it's for, but then you can set it to whatever you like. So say if I knew that I was going to have some filler posts that I wanted to share on the day that I wrote them and a week after, but then never again, ever, I could call that filler posts. I could just randomly, I'm just going to do this just to show you. Ooh, I'm not showing you Pinterest yet because that's confusing. So yeah, I could just add those in on the day, same day, and then week after, do the same again. Okay, and I'd then save that, and that would then create a template for me. So every time I scheduled in a filler post, rather than having to go through and laboriously create all of these social media messages, all I would need to do is go to templates here, find the correct template, click it, and then apply it. So you can see these are for all my different types of posts. Like I said earlier, I have my main posts on a Tuesday. So my Tuesday posts get the most social sharing. So they have a very kind of particular schedule, and it's very full. So you can see from this, look, these are all the messages that are on the schedule for my Tuesday posts, and they go quite far into the future. Look, you can see down here, these ones are 30 days after publishing, these ones are 60 days, then it's 90 days, and it's 120 days. Okay, so that's as far as I go at the moment, but it takes quite a long time, as you can imagine, to enter in every single one of those posts. So having these templates set up is absolutely genius, because you can like with literally with the click of a button, you can just say, look, template, it's a Tuesday post, apply template, and that's it. Look, suddenly you've got 37 social media messages posted, and look, it's in the green. Yes, we like it when it's green. So yeah, so templates are really, really super easy to use, and they're absolutely brilliant. And you can keep using them as well. So when you apply the template, it lets you choose a day to start it from. So I start mine on the day I publish them. But say all of these messages went out, apart from the final ones that I have set, which are set to go out at monthly intervals. Okay, so all the way up to here, which is a week after publishing, those have already been sent out. All of those have gone. But I want to send that exact same sequence again, starting in the second week. Okay, so currently they run to 6 days after publishing. If I wanted to add more, I would just do the same thing again. Tuesday blog post. And then I'd go down here, and look, you see it says relative to, and then you choose a day. So at the moment I have messages going out up to 6 days after publication. I can change this, so instead of being today or the same day as publication, it can be the day after, it can be the 3 days after, a week after, a month after, or whatever. So if I set that to a week after publication and apply template, you can see all of those get added again, but instead of starting on that day, they start 7 days later, all the way down here. This is insane now. They start a week after publication, so you've got another week of lots and lots of social media messages, and more of the monthly posts. So now there are 6 going out 30 days after. It's quite mad. you really don't need to do that many in that kind of close succession. You know, you want them to be spaced out and you want them to be even. They are actually in the process of working on an automation thing that will be even better than this. So basically what you would do is you would have your schedule. I'm just going to close that because that looks ridiculous now, because it's full of millions of posts. Look, so this is an actual blog post that I actually have scheduled to go out tomorrow. And it currently has 21 messages in the queue. Now I'm happy with that number. That is a good number to have. I've got lots of shares the day of publication, so it's going out once on all my media channels on the day of publication, and then I have an extra 5 tweets about it, because Twitter is kind of weird. Messages on Twitter have a shelf life of about 15 minutes, and once they're more than 15 minutes old, the likelihood of anybody new seeing them is, well, it decreases quite quickly. So if you have 4 or 5 tweets going out on the day that you publish, it really kind of maximises the number of people that see that you've got a new blog post out. So that's a good idea to do that. But then after that, you don't really want that many messages going out about it. So I just stick to Facebook and Twitter after that, and I have 1 message going out on each platform the day after, and then 1 message on each 3 days after, and then 1 message on each 5 days after, and that's it. And then we start getting them further apart after that, so we've got 12 down here, and at some point I will add in extra ones, but I don't really want to do that at the moment, because what CoSchedule is sort of testing at the moment is automation, which basically means that once you've added these messages in, and you said, yeah, when you post to Twitter, I want you to post a tweet that says this. When you post to Facebook, I want you to post an update that says this. And they will then put those in like an automated queue that will fill up your calendar wherever you have space. So if you have a day when you don't have any messages going out and you're not promoting anything, it will put that in there. If you've got popular posts that you haven't got any messages lined up to promote, it will add in messages to promote those posts. So this is like absolutely like the most genius thing in the world. If you've ever tried Meet Edgar, it's a little bit along those lines. You, rather than having to constantly schedule new posts to promote things, you just tell it what you want each post to say for each blog post, and it will keep sending those messages out at strategically placed intervals, so that it promotes your content as well as possible. Now at the moment you can see these are all saying the same thing, because the default, as I said earlier, is to include the title and a permalink. So what you want to do once you've got your queue in place is just spend a little bit of extra time adding in proper messages to go with them. Okay, so I will show you an example of one that's done. Where is it? There we are. So these have all gone out already. You can tell because they're dulled. And these are the ones that are still left to go. And as you can see, the first one is just the title and the link. So the first post to Twitter, the first post to Facebook was nice and simple. But after that, once you start repeating, what you've already said already, you need to kind of shake things up a bit and add a little bit of extra interest and just tell people something new, something interesting, pique their curiosity. So like this one, you can see, includes a quote from the post. It also includes the author of the post, because this was a guest post, so that's the author's Twitter handle. So I've just tagged her in that post, and it includes a hashtag. So that's going to help that post get seen by as many people as possible. So you can add all of this in to your your social media messages, you can write them exactly as you would normally. And the only difference really in how you write them when you're on here as opposed to anywhere else is that the Twitter posts will tell you if you're over your limit, which I find really, really handy because the Twitter limit drives me a little bit nutty at times. Okay, so once you have these set in, CoSchedule will remember that then, and once this automation feature is out, they will reuse your posts. So rather than just sending out the title and the link, they'll remember that you use this quote and that tag and that hashtag, and when they next send out a message about this post, they'll use that again, and they'll use all the ones that you've set. Okay. But I can't show you that yet because it's not finished. They've announced it, but they've not actually launched it yet. So I will do another video on this when that's all launched. So I think there's only one other thing that I wanted to show you, and that is how you can use this for things other than blog posts. So I showed you this briefly earlier. Look, you've got all these other options, and it would take me an age to go to all of these, so I'm not going to. But very, very quickly, you have ways of setting up social campaigns to get things seen as much as possible. You can add in events, you can add in notes, which are useful, and you can also add tasks. If I say I have a to-do list a mile long sat on my desk, I can put my to-do list on my calendar so that I know that I have to do X task on X date, and look, I can set it to a colour. So yeah, that's really helpful as well. And you can also just post a social media message. So if you want to post something to your social media that has absolutely nothing to do with a blog post at all, you can. And you can post, you know, all the different types of posts that we showed you earlier. A link post, an image post, a text post, and also you can set it to share an old blog post. That's just another way of resharing old content, okay? So I'm really not going to go into any more detail on that now because it would take me forever. But that should just give you a really, really good look at CoSchedule and why it's so utterly awesome. So if you want to have a look at it yourself, you can go to the website, you can sign up, and you will get a free trial. I think it's a month trial or a 28-day trial, I can't remember because it's a while ago since I did it, but you will get a free trial. And if you don't like it, you've lost nothing. And if you do like it, you can then choose from different packages. So they've got a basic package, they've got a middle package, and they've got one that's got all the bells and whistles on it, which gets quite expensive. The only other thing that I wanted to say was, for anyone wondering if the reason I'm going on and on about this is because I'm an affiliate and they're giving me lots of money for it, the answer is no. I am an affiliate, but the most that I get for promoting CoSchedule is a discount on my own subscription fee, okay? So it doesn't matter if 100 of you or 1,000 of you or 1,000,000 of you decide to sign up for CoSchedule because of this video, the most I will ever get is a discount on my subscription, which is handy and I'm very grateful for that, but I'm not actually getting paid for this, so please don't think that's why I'm endorsing it. It's just really, really good. If you have any questions about this, or if you would like me to specifically show you anything in more detail, because I have gone through this quite quickly, but I've also covered quite a lot, so hopefully you can see all the different things that you can do on this. But if you do have questions, ask, please ask, and I will be back doing some more tutorials at a later date, because there is actually loads more to show you. I haven't even touched on all of this yet, and all the different settings and everything. So I will add on the end the overview video, that the official one. And other than that, I will see you next time.
CoSchedule is the only editorial calendar that will keep you insanely organized and give you back your free time. Collaborate, schedule, and automate all of your content and social media. It's perfect for teams of all shapes and sizes.
Ready to see all of your marketing in one place? Easily plan your blog posts, marketing content, and social media on one drag-and-drop calendar. Select the type of content you want to create: emails, blog posts, webinars, ebooks. They all have a place on your calendar. Add color labels to keep things in order, and never miss a deadline. CoSchedule makes it easy to keep your whole team organized. Share tasks, upload resources, and tell your story without breaking your workflow. Your team will always know what to work on, with clear deadlines and simple communication.
The CoSchedule calendar is perfect for social media scheduling. Use the social queue to quickly promote your own content and create a campaign. Set your schedule and we'll magically reshare your evergreen content to any network. Automate any series of messages with a single click. Even when you're not in your calendar, CoSchedule will automatically republish your best messages.
An editorial calendar that integrates with the tools you love. The optional WordPress plugin allows you to combine your blogging and social media. Other integrations give you powerful options for editing your content or tracking your success. Go all in one and get your time back.
CoSchedule is trusted by many of the world's top bloggers, marketers, and social media experts. It's the best way to save time, get organized, and publish more consistently. Get your time back. Get CoSchedule.